Hey, Glenn, what do you got going on there? A little music for the road?
Yeah, man. Check this out.
On a dark desert highway, 4 dads lost their boys. When the van they were riding got sucked into a void. We learned they were sold into slavery by the Lance. And Daryl's cursed to kill his son and eat his skin, cause he promised when he shook his hand.
All I think about.
Tried to help a dragon by the name of Contalk.
I believe it was Bartok.
Boned up that one.
Yeah, we sure did.
When we killed his son.
I did not kill. I put on the manly
Now
bracelet.
we're on the road to Neverwinter. And on the gates they've hung the doodler drawn by Henry's sons.
At the tone, please record your voice message.
Hey Carol, it's Daryl. No concern. We haven't found Grant yet, but I will any minute now, I'm sure. I just thought maybe I missed a call from you since I lost my phone, but good old Daryl's always prepared and he's got a backup. You said it was dumb to have 2 phones, but well, anyways, the top right corner of the fridge has this number. It's on that list of all the important numbers. Haven't found Grant yet, but we did find Henry's kids. So, those little scamps didn't get very far, and they're pretending to be a Lord of Chaos or something or another. They're getting a little bit of trouble, but everything's fine. Daryl's got it under control. I'll give you a call once I find Grant, which will probably be any second now, so don't worry about it. Hope you're doing fine. Hope Darnell's doing fine. No, you wouldn't know why Darnell's doing fine. Don't worry about it. I love you. I miss you. And yep. Oh, gotta go. Bye. Love you.
No, that won't do. That won't do at all. Get it.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got into this crazy situation. Well, it all started when we came to Neverwinter to rescue my 2 beautiful boys, Lark and Sparrow. Turns out they were up to their usual hijinks trying to summon some kind of eldritch god while disguised as a Lord of Chaos. We had a diggity dickens of a time busting out of the jail cell they threw us into, and while the rest of the dads made friends with a mysterious shapeshifter, yours truly got some one-on-one time with Sparrow. Or should I say, one-on-wolf time. I convinced my son not to summon the Doodler, and now David Boreanaz wants to spill my blood. Make no bones about it, this guy's no angel. What's a dad to do? Stay tuned to find out on this week's Dungeons and Daddies.
Dear Diary, it's me, Ron, writing right now. Guess you know that because it's my diary. Journal. It's not a diary, it's a manly journal. I am in a moving vehicle with 3 strangers and a lizard man. I'm thinking about cutting back on dairy. Need to mow the grass, too. This week, I got transported through a portal on the way to Terry Jr.'s soccer tournament. Terry Jr. was actually sold into slavery with a few of his teammates, so looks like nobody's getting orange slices at halftime. We went after 2 of his teammates, the 2 kids that looked the same. That was great, because I was able to stay clothed the entire time. I also made new friends. 2 frogs named Maggie and Richard. Such great friends. Maybe even my dad would have been proud. Anyways, we created a pyramid with beans and then knocked it over and killed hundreds of innocent people. That's what my wife would call a productivity win. A man-sized snake was there. I must say that I am writing this with a heavy heart. Maggie and Richard spontaneously disappeared a half hour ago and I miss them already. I wish they were still here so that I could introduce them to Terry. I think anyone would be happy to meet Terry. I wonder what he's doing now. But enough of that. We're on to save Glenn's son next, and to be frank, I'm already fearing for that boy's life. But I'm not Frank. I'm Ron. XOXO, Ron Stampler.
Live from Neverwinter, this is Gartalk. I'm Gartalk. Today I'm talking about the 4 extraterrestrials and the white metal behemoth making their way across the Forgotten Realms. If anyone's heard anything about these 4 aliens, I am taking calls. If you got anything to say, just call out of your window very loudly and I will hear you. Oh, we got a caller.
Oi, they stuffed me for 13 barrels of beer. They say it was a Daryl Barrel special, but I don't feel so special in the end.
That is not helpful. Does anyone else have a lead on them? Oh, yep, we got another caller. You're on with Gartalk.
They freed me from prison. They seemed pretty chill to me.
Ooh, well, given that they murdered my son, let's agree to disagree on that. Caller, you're on Gartalk. What do you got?
Ooh, yes, they were very curious about the many tomes I have within my library, which I carry upon my back. After checking out several books and getting a stern warning from me that failure to bring them back within the allotted time will result in their utter demise, they decided to go to the city of Waterdeep, where they were immediately accosted by a band of brigands, one of which turned out to be Nicholas, the son of the one with the guitar and the stoner, the one that kind of doesn't do anything. He's that one son, and they could be in trouble now.
Thank you, caller. That was great. That's all the time we have for today. This was Gartalk on NPR, which stands for National Public Radio, which is the name of the giant I am standing on while I shout all of this into the open air.
It's hardcore history.
How far would you go to save the life of your son? It's a question worth asking because in our modern, some would say, sheltered lives, we don't really ever have to face those kinds of life or death questions at all, now do we? The idea of stealing a magical weapon from a group of thieves calling themselves the Red Brands to free your son from a wizard's curse might be unthinkable to us. Yet that is exactly what 4 dads set out to do on a cold night in the forests outside Waterdeep. Now the plan was, and I'm pulling from a number of sources here, to take a page out of Germany's playbook during the Battle of Bolimov, where on the 31st of January 1915 they deployed poison gas on the battlefield. These dads would engage in their own form of chemical warfare by attempting to use their minivan to smoke out the Red Brand hideout with vape juice infused with drug flowers. Lest you think they would be affected themselves, well, they had a plan for that. One of the fathers, I believe I read somewhere it was Daryl Wilson, told the others that urine would stop the effects of the smoke, saying, quote, "If you pee on a cloth, I was listening to hardcore history and they peed on their faces." Now, those of you who are familiar with this program will know I've never said anything about urine being an effective means to stop poison gas. Listening to Daryl would be a mistake, and that mistake would soon prove deadly.
He's an internationally renowned cover band guitarist whose antics on stage were only matched by his antics on the road.
Oh yeah, bro, Clem was always out of control. You never knew what that guy was gonna do.
But while taking time off from his band, the Glenn Close Trio, he got sucked into a portal and lost his son, Nicholas.
So like 1 second we're driving in the van, then the next second we're driving in the van, but like in another world, man. Plus I lost my kid.
There he found a new band. A band of dads. They helped him steal a legendary guitar from a gang of thieves.
I didn't actually see what happened, but my savior, Daryl, told me that everything went off perfectly without a hitch.
But soon that gang of thieves came calling, challenging Glenn to a battle of the bands. Now, the rock star bard who's about to play the most important show of his life. Glenn Close, the story behind the music.
Silent Night on KD&D, and that was Dadheim's Steamroller off the record Christmas Bangers and Mash, which is just a great live album, one of my favorites, really.
Interesting story about the recording of that track, which happened during a battle of the bands outside of Waterdeep. Supposedly, the crowd loved that song so much that opposing guitarist Glenn Close stole Dadheim Steamroller drummer Daryl Wilson's minivan and just fled the scene with his son Nick Close, which means we'll never know what they were going to play. But in the end, we got an all-time classic and a very unique vocal performance from lead vocalist Ron Stampler. If you ask me, I'd say it was well worth it. KD&D, the weather coming at you at the top of the hour, but first, I have one more for you before I sign off. This is All Right by Maxton Waller.
Welcome to the official Unfortunate Foster Children Fighting League podcast, number 462. This week, we're headed down to Waterdeep, over to the Bullywog Strawweight division, where fan favorite Gunnar Duckworth suffered a major upset defeat to newcomer Nick Close in a triple threat match. Now, we don't have any audio with Nick. Unfortunately, eyewitnesses say he disappeared into thin air, but we can hear from fighter Paeden Bennett. Let's go now down to the ring.
Paeden, it looks like you fell right as the match started, which allowed Nick to get that early submission on you. What happened?
Oh yeah, no, I threw the fight, for sure. Glenn told me that he would get me out of here if I threw the fight so his kid could pin me, so I just did that because, I've never won a fight before, so, why start now? Who gives a shit? Next question.
You're looking at a career record of 0 wins, 278 losses now. What's next for you as an unfortunate foster child?
Yeah, but my days of unfortunate foster children fighting are behind me. I have officially joined up with these 4 weird dads in their van. We're gonna find this guy Ron's kid. He's a real wild card, but yeah, who knows? His kid seems like he might be a little bit cooler than him. Not that seems too difficult. Not that I should. Paeden doesn't like to judge. Paeden's just trying to do his own thing.
Thank you, Paeden. Best of luck to you.
Life, they say, can change in an instant. A phone call or a car crash or a chance encounter can turn everything upside down. For the people of Roqueport, a forgotten town in the forgotten corners of the Forgotten Realms, life changed the instant they came to town. No one in Roqueport had seen a minivan before, and when 4 dads from another world emerged from within it, searching for a boy named Terry Jr., the townsfolk kept their distance. Roqueport, you see, had troubles of its own. The streets were dark and silent, an ominous tower loomed over the town, and the children, once the pride and joy of Roqueport, were gone. The people of Roqueport lived by one simple rule: do not talk about the man in the tower. But these dads were insistent, even charming. One of them, a man named Ron Stampler, who claimed to be Terry Jr.'s stepfather, so delighted the townsfolk with his observational stand-up comedy that soon their hearts were lifted, and their secrets came spilling forth. The dads learned of the man in the tower, a vampire who had put Roqueport's children in his thrall. Soon one of these children came a-knocking, and the dads barely escaped with their lives. They found refuge in the hut of a garden witch, and as they plotted their next move, the dads saw something that shook them to their very core. They saw Terry Jr. atop the tower. Standing next to him was the man. It was a man Ron Stampler knew, a man whose face had haunted his dreams, a man named Terry Sr. Life, they say, can change in an instant. For Ron Stampler, that instant has come. I'm Will Campos, impersonating Aaron Mankey, and this is Dungeons and Daddies.
Jad.
Robert.
Radiolab.
Today we're going to be doing a bit of exploring.
Oh, like Sailors on the Moon Sea?
No, not that kind of exploring. It's something less literal, less physical. We're going to be exploring the planes.
Wait, the planes? Like, as in planes of reality?
As in the planes of reality. But not just any plane.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, hello.
The astral plane.
So, why don't you start with your name and what you do?
Sure, I'm Dougal Hornbuck. I'm a research magus at the Conclave of Silvery Moon.
Dougal has spent the last 10 years studying the astral plane.
So I guess the first question I have is, like, what is it? What is the astral plane?
So yeah, we have an idea, okay? We know it's other dimensional, that the laws of physics and those sorts of things as we know them don't necessarily apply there. And we know that aside from spells or projection, it's basically physically unreachable from the plane that we inhabit.
So let's leave Dougal.
Well, we just met him.
Yes, but just for a moment, and travel all the way to Waterdeep. Shinji is a merchant.
Yeah, I'm Shinji. I run Shinji's Sundries.
Oh, wow, look at all this stuff.
Yeah, I usually sell it to like weird perverts and stuff, fin-dom fetish play kind of thing. You may have seen my street team out in the Forgotten Realms.
I met Shinji at his shop along the waterfront, and while he sold all kinds of tools and provisions for travelers and adventurers, I really want to ask him about one thing.
Tell me about the fanny pack of holding.
Yeah, so this is an enchanted bag. This one's meant to go around your waist.
I don't see what this has to do with the astral plane.
Just wait.
And this model's special because it can carry a lot, because the items that you put inside of it get held in the astral plane.
Oh.
Right, so the question I want to ask Shinji was this. What happens to the items inside that fanny pack if that fanny pack gets destroyed?
Whoa.
Well, I guess you'd lose whatever was inside.
Like you lose them, or are they just in the astral plane?
You know, I really never thought about that.
So, theoretically...
Here's Dougal again.
Those items are going to be suspended in whatever state they're in, inside the astral plane.
What if, like, say I had my hand in the fanny pack and I fell and tore a big hole in the bag? Would my hand get cut off?
Yeah, well, you'd probably have to try it. Magical items are pretty rare, and I've never heard of something like that happening.
But it has happened.
It has?
Yes. What would you say if I told you that 4 dads very recently beheaded a vampire using precisely that technique in the city of Rokaport while trying to rescue one of their sons?
I'd say tell me more.
And we will, after a quick break.
You're listening to Dungeons and Daddies. We'll be right back.
There is unrest in the forest, there is trouble with the trees, for the vampire has been vanquished and the garden witch is pleased. Daddy's killed the father, the Terry Jr. thought he lost. He retreated to the tower to bring him back at any cost. But the dads are close behind him, just a few floors down below. And they wonder if Ron Stampler can get his stepson to let go. There's a dungeon full of puzzles and suggestive narrative threads as the players scream pressure and the DM shakes his head.
Okay, so this next part is very important. They're going to take you.
Oh, God.
Terry, shout out everything you see about them. Eye color, whether they have any cool-looking scars.
Purple rope. It's foggy. I can't see anything. Shit.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money, but I am a very successful businessman. What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills such as networking, social media. I've done Facebook before. If you let my Terry go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. I won't even talk bad about you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. With the help of my other dad friends.
Good luck.
It's been a long day without you, Paeden, and we'll tell you all about it when we see you again. We drove a long way in our minivan, and we'll help you find your father once we've saved our children. Once we've saved our children.
Darn, time flew. Tiger of Faerun, so much to teach you. How to tie a half Windsor, how to use wood glue, running football drills, and how to light a grill and pay your bills. But now we found you another home, where you'll make cool swords and never be alone. And I know one day our paths will cross again, cause you're a son to me, my dear Paeden.
I got a sentimental heart and it's breaking in two like a geode, cause I know this is what we gotta do. But no, alkaline, our intentions are true. You're the schist, Paeden Bennett's, of course we love you. Will our paths meet again? Yo, they stalagmite, but if that day never comes, keep it stalactite. Ooh!
How could you not talk about combat when combat's all that we got? Grew up in the octagon with all the punches he caught. Now we gotta leave you with the bully walk. It's been a long day without you, Paeden, and we'll tell you all about it when we see you again.
Yeah, when I see you again.
We drove a long way in our minivan,
using that cruise control.
and we'll help you find your father once we've saved our children. Once we've saved our children.
Don't make me pull this over.
The other dads are crying. They think it's harsh that I'm not. I'm bad with faces, but your name's something I haven't forgotten. Either it's Payson or Patton Percy, and your arms are pythons. Kid, you can't really protect us, so it's time we move on. And I'd wish you luck in battle, but we know that you lose. So I guess it all seems right that we would lose you too. That we would lose you too.
How could you not talk about combat when combat's all that we got? Grew up in the octagon with all the punches he caught. Now we gotta leave you with the bully walk.
Previously on Dungeons and Daddies.
As you put out your hand to shake it, he takes out a slip of paper from his robe, puts it under your hand, and then before you can pull away, takes out a dagger and cuts your hand. The pact is made. If any one of you should meet Grant, all of your lives will end. As you go into the sky, you begin to fall asleep, and then when you wake up, you see Grant.
Oh my god!
And he wakes up and he goes like, Dad? The question I was going to ask you when I saw you was, where we drop it. It's 4 nights. 4 nights.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
Damn it.
The following takes place between Godswake and Thulsun. Events occur in Daddy Master time.
Time now for the Fandolin Murder Sports Play of the Day, brought to you by Bullywugs. Step into your local Bullywugs and try out their new Sizzlin' Smilodon sliders for limited time only. New location opened up now in Thunder Tree. Hey, your neck of the woods.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get down there and slam some brewskis with my buds.
Today's play comes from the Meadow Shades 4 Nights competition. Early game, 2 zones down. We've got Goose Moose Van Gloose.
Love me the Gloose.
Going toe-to-toe against rookie team the Doodlers. And things do not go well for the downtown Drow down in Zone G.
No, sir, they do not. Let's get into the action.
Doodlers here laying low, going for the camping strategy, but Van Gloose is not fooled. Comes in hot with the magic missile. Boom goes the window. Van Gloose sprinting forward, going for the dive, and stopped mid-air.
That's the magic of the revisor right there. Doodler Henry Oak trapping Van Gloose in the window by casting Healing Wood. Some lightning quick wordplay, and teammate Glenn Close following that up immediately with a quick cast to hold person, and that drow is going nowhere.
Now here's where things get interesting. Just as Daryl Wilson pivots his son away from the imminent carnage, the Doodlers get locked in a debate about the ethics of murder.
What a quagmire!
Glenn Close sidestepping with a clutch rationalization while Oak and Stampler struggle to seal the deal until...
Boom! Shakalaka! Daryl Wilson takes the lead and blows Van Gloose away. Let's go now to the Bullywugs. Wog this way. Slow-mo kill cam for a closer look.
Check out this teamwork. Right before Grant Wilson turns around, Henry Oak grabbing the smoking shotty from his old man's hands and Stampler giving him the credit for the kill. Now that's what I call parenting.
With With moves like that, it's no wonder a mysterious masked man has stormed into the game to take these doodlers down.
That's right, no more eye in the sky. All bets are off. Who knows if the doodlers are getting out of this predicament? You know, all in all, some exciting action there coming out of Meadowshade.
And that's the play of the day. Up next, the latest on the unfortunate foster children league's performance-enhancing potion scandal. How young is too young to start using them?
Oh, because they're legal, right?
Oh, absolutely legal. I mean, what's the point without them?
You guys need more wood over here. Shove some wall.
We met up with Daryl's kid named Grant, playing 4 nights in Meadowshade. We're trying to save him, but if we can't, gotta kill him, eat his face. Ooh yeah, we gotta eat his face.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Ooh, Grant's crushing hard on a boy named He, a righteous teen who shreds that board. I used to do vert and he does street with someone knocking at the door. Can somebody get the door?
Okay, I'm gonna go up and see what it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's Sir!
Wait, stop, sir. It's got a big ass rock that he shot right at. Oh shit!
And so we 3 purple robed figures meet again. We have all 5 children, and now we merely wait for the fathers to arrive.
Although that last one was it was a little touch and go there. I was worried they were gonna have to eat his skin.
Yes, but instead they just gave it permanent trauma, which is a recurring thing for them seemingly. That's unfortunate.
It doesn't matter.
I have tempted the Daryl with an offer he is unable to refuse. I know that at this very moment they must be hurtling as fast as they can toward this very castle.
Yes, I'm sure they will be traveling here with much haste now that their children's lives are on the line.
Yes, a straight line. A line straight from where they currently are to the end of the story as they see it, with no bullshit in the middle. None whatsoever. And when they get here, they'll have to contend with our greatest weapon, a dragon that we control with the orb of dragon. Where is the orb? Where's the orb? Has anybody seen the orb? Eyes on the orb. Anybody?
I have the orb, and it is mine forever. It is the first of 7 Dragon Balls with which I will wish for anything that I want.
It's not a Dragon Ball. That is not a thing.
I disagree. Dragon Balls.
Get away from right this second. They're just gonna kill us all.
Previously on the most pulse-pounding, edge-of-your-seat episode of Dungeons and Daddies yet.
Hi, I'm Ron F. Stampler. People come up to me all the time and they say, Ron, I wish that we had a pin to stick maybe on a fanny pack or a denim jacket or a backpack, or maybe just collect to show our appreciation for our favorite podcast. I'm like, what's a podcast? Am I right? Anyways, up until now, I have not been able to help these people at all. But now, everything is changing.
Stop music.
That's right. Here at Ron F. Stampler, Inc., we are selling premium lapel pins. That's pins that you can put anywhere, and they're premium. Call today by going online at www.ron.business. That's B-U-S. It's ron.business. There's no .com with Ron, just business. It's www.ron.business.
Dads don't have to pay a library fine. Made the library break its own book spine. Aaron died with the biography of Kucinich by her side. Blackbirds brought Aaron back to life. Laid the library's eyes down at her feet. Got a treat. Slapped me 'cause I thought her final words were about we. Roll the van, roll the van. I thought I heard it say, sumimasen. Guess there's only one place left to go. Find the purple robes and get our kids. They don't know. Thanks to all these jewels, we all are filthy, stinking rich. Thanks to all these jewels, we all are filthy, stinking rich. Thanks to all these jewels, we all are filthy, stinking rich.
Are you looking to up your jape game from juvenile jest to profitable pranks and fruitful flimflammery? Now you can by enrolling in Scam Likely's School for Scammers. Whether you're a seasoned con man or a rank rube, you'll learn everything you need to know about shaking down sad sacks with my 10-week program. Just listen to some of my satisfied customers.
My name is Ron F. Stampler. I'm a businessman with a huge business doing big numbers every quarter at AOL keyword Ron.business. And Scam Likely impersonated my friend Glenn and stole approximately $3 million worth of jewelry from us. We were going to use that money to hire an army of mercenaries to help us save our kids, but now we can't because we don't have any of that money anymore.
Specialize in all the following:
single level marketing, multiple level marketing, pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, pincer maneuvers, quick change scams, street card Monty, the gold standard, wire fraud, mail fraud, tax evasion, video game pre-orders, loot boxes, limited edition Funko Pops, identity theft, corporate malfeasance, police impersonation, market manipulation, money laundering, running fraudulent educational institutions, and more.
Don't delay! Enroll in Scam Likely's School for Scammers today!
Welcome to Neverwinter City, where the grass is green and the dads are pretty. Pretty much up a creek, that is. No one ever accused Henry Oak and Ron Stampler of having an overabundance of common sense, but this latest plot to sneak into town and hire a band of mercenaries had more leaps of logic than a J.J. Abrams movie. And sure enough, the second they got to the city gates, the whole harebrained caper went to hell in a handbasket. That's what happens when you let orphan fighter Paeden Bennett do the talking. Now these dad boys are stuck tighter than a hair in a biscuit, with the Blue Coat Brigade fixing to tame their hides. But what's that? Why, it's Odyssey's son herself, with Daryl Wilson at the wheel and Glenn Close riding shotgun. Whatever these two got cooking, bound to make old Sheriff Boreanaz madder than a wet hand. Soup's on, boys!
Hello, and are you looking to be an intern for 4 Dads? My name is Ron F. Stampler, CEO, CFO, CQD, SOS, ETC of Stampler Business, and we are looking for our sons. We're also looking for an unpaid intern to start immediately, right now. Are you an enthusiastic rock star who loves to have fun but loves to get coffee even more? Are you alive, physically fit with thick skin, and able to take criticism and yelling and screaming and sometimes murder but not always, and sometimes there's curse words and we talk about sex? We have just the job for you. Or should we say internship? That's right. You're getting paid in experience, the pleasure of our company, and a chance to get a foot in the door in an industry where you are not valued and considered replaceable. We did a bad thing with a town and a pyramid, and now we're looking to explore that pyramid and vanquish the evil within so that we can hire mercenaries that cost actual money instead of you, potential intern candidate. We get into extremely long, boring arguments, which is why we need an intern to do the things we need to do while we're arguing about whether to do them. This internship requires a master's degree and 7 years of electrical engineering experience. This is an entry-level position with competitive pay. We're competing to see how much you'll work for no money. We're also super rich and you are LOL. Please submit a resume and a cover letter. We don't have a printer, so just come tell us. Are you ready to be called Daddy? Then hop aboard the Revenge of the Mummy the Ride and take part in this incredible opportunity.